All right. Let me just actually turn that down here. So I wanted to kind of do a little ad hoc thing today where we're going to show something I've been working on. It's a new dialogue service for Prism.Forms. I know if you guys are watching Brian, we certainly are doing quite a bit of, what do you call it? Actually, why is that monitor off here? Let me try and fix this. But we're doing a lot of changes to Prism where we're showing. Oh, there we go. That's the right monitor. So we're doing a lot with dialogue services, and so I wanted to kind of bring some of that new experience that Brian has brought to Prism for WPF over here to Prism.Forms. And so that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And so I'm just trying to think how I want to start with this. But the idea here is dialogues are a real pain in the butt, right? You get the system dialogues, but they're ugly. They don't look anything at all like your application. So what I wanted to do is give you a way that was very MVVM friendly and could give you a custom designed look and feel in your app. And that's kind of where this is all born. And we'll kind of look at a couple of demo dialogues I have here. So you'll notice this is just a stack layout, a couple labels, a button. Similar here, this one's a little bit more fancy, where we're using resources and styles and all that. But we have a very similar flow. We're not actually doing the register for navigation because it's not a page, it's not navigation. This is meant to be a dialogue. So when we're registering this, we're doing that as we're calling a new API register dialogue. And and that allows us to register both the view and the view model. We can do just the view if we're following all of the conventions. You'll notice in this project, I'm not following any convention. I'm just kind of putting it in another namespace altogether. So that's kind of where that's at, why we see that. As a kind of key note on this, I really like the new iAuto initialize. It's really, really nice. So I did put support in there for that. But otherwise, you just need to implement iDialog aware on your view model for any dialogues, right? So this doesn't make any assumption that you should have a title, that you should have a message, or that you should have anything else. This is just like you can figure it out, right? I was talking with another developer earlier, and one of the things I brought up to him was, in the US we're spoiled, I think would be the right term, where we say, everything has to be in English. But there are other cultures and, where, maybe it's like Spanish, a Spanish-speaking language, and they want their code, they want properties and variables, they want that in Spanish. So this gives you the flexibility to do something like that. Oh, font size, thank you for reminding me. I always change it. It stays this way, and then I forget about it. Anyway, so hopefully that's better. Yeah, so you have this one little interface that you implement. Whenever you are ready to actually close the dialogue, you just raise this event, the request close, and then we close it for you. And then as far as the actual, thank you, right here. Twitch is slow. Yeah, Twitch is always slow. I don't know why. In any case, so for the dialogue service, we have this callback. So this allows you to actually call this multiple times from whatever your existing code base is. And oh boy, it keeps freezing on you, huh? Oh, sorry, Brian. Oh boy. I was just helping Hussein out and looking at his test stream, and his was kind of glitching and freezing too. So Maybe Twitch has an issue going on right now. In any case, so you have this callback. You can, call different dialogues from your existing code. We don't give you a contract that you have to implement. Other than just saying that you need to pass in some sort of callback action that takes an iDialog result. And then as far as like what is the dialog result, right? Let me come back over here. So iDialog result actually inherits a navigation result. So you get the success and exception that you currently get with navigation, but you also get the iDialog parameters back. So you can do something with those parameters and you can see if there was some sort of exception or some sort of failure in your dialog. And then I'll kind of, run this real quick. Let me do UWP because UWP is way faster. Okay, so you see I have this sample app here. It has a fancy background, a bunch of text that we have. And if we want to show a dialog, you'll notice we get this nice mask over the entire window. And then we have our custom dialog here, right? And the first thing you'll notice is I have this allow hide toggle, right? And so if I hit hide dialog, nothing happens. And that's because my can close is returning false. Now, if I've met this condition, like maybe I need to accept some sort of terms or in conditions or something like that. So now I've said, yes, I agree, and I can say hide dialog and it goes away, right? So let me see. The other one here I want to show you is this show alert dialog, right? So it's a different dialog entirely, and I can of course hit OK, but instead I want to click out here, and you'll notice I've dismissed it. So I want to show you how I did that. Okay, so the way I did that, and one of the things I guess I should also point out in this particular project, I have view models for the dialogs, but there is no actual view model for the main page. I'm doing everything with XAML extensions. I can, of course, do this from a view model and using the DialogService, but if I feel lazy, I can use these XAML extensions. It does accept a URI kind of format, so you can pass in, a query string. But the way that I handled the alert dialog is I passed in this close on background tapped query parameter, and I set that to true. So if that is true, it actually will add a gesture recognizer to that mask, and that way when you tap on it, it'll close it out for you automatically. Again, you can pass in all the XAML parameters here, exactly like with our navigation markup extensions. You can pass in you can bind something to the command parameter, and it'll add it with that same key for the XAML the XAML parameter. So anyway, that is kind of how that goes. A real simple little thing. I kind of hope you guys like it. If you guys have any questions too, let me know. All right. I am going to cut this one short. I just wanted to do, like I said, a little ad hoc thing here and show you guys this. Hope you guys have a good one.
Hey, Dan here. Hope you enjoyed another wonderful episode. Be sure to hit subscribe and like so I can keep bringing you even more great content.